oftentimes investment in this space is very reactive, and so there will be some sort of acute event that happens, and all of a sudden I bet you can see the spending in that area for probably 18 months following spikes at organizations, right? And there's like a memory loss thing that goes on, and or this fallacy of, hey, we're good now, right? We fixed the thing. And unfortunately, you might have for that moment in time, but the hardest part of this job is what you alluded to, right? That like you can be good, I could be great today, but tomorrow's a different day.
Right.
And so I think especially now with everything that we're seeing, deep fakes, the bar is just so much lower for scale, for different types of attacks and things like this, that by definition, if you're in the Wack-A-Mole reactive game, you're behind, right? And if you're not behind today, you're behind tomorrow. And it's not a year's game anymore. And so that's kind of my first thought there, is that like everybody's dealing with this challenge. And so framing up the advocation internally around a couple things I think is compelling. One is that exactly what I just described, there's sort of a run rate problem, and showing examples and case studies of this I think can be helpful sometimes, and then drawing on people's memory perhaps internally of, you know, it took us 6 months to fix that thing that we could have fixed prior, and you know, that kind of thing. The other thought is around business enablement. So actually my personal belief, and I don't think it's a contentious one really, is that if you do a good job of shoring up your risk systems, your identity systems, you're always going to be balancing some amount of inherent risk against enablement for customers and business opportunities. But if you do a good job, you can control that lever in a somewhat predictable way. And doing that requires persistent investment and ownership of the fact that like we might not be able to do all of this in-house. And part of that is not because we don't have the right people to do it, it's because that's not what we're here for. Yeah. We're here to solve whatever business problem, to grow the business. And there's experts out there that are spending 24/7, 365 on biometrics, for example.